It isn't pleasant. We have to accept people that we really would rather not accept. We have to accept situations that we would rather run from. When we start to think about the fact that every situation that occurs in front of us is an opportunity for our growth, is actually a blessing for us, so really we would rather avoid it. We'd rather avoid going through the problem. We don't want to go through it. We want to get away from it. But if we understand that it's a blessing, a lesson, something that is going to benefit us, and we then go through it. But sometimes we don't want to. It's okay. We just keep trying. We just keep striving for it. And then this next piece of this idea of surrender is when I realize when I surrender into this presence of God, I'm surrendering into the presence of everybody else. I'm surrendering into the presence of all of my brothers and sisters. And I'm saying that that power of God that is present, what I'm saying present within me and all around me, means that it's present in them. And so together then we are interdependent. My problem is my ego wants to be totally independent. I want to stand alone, but then I hate being lonely. I want to feel like I'm totally in charge, and I'm going to get what I want, and then what I want, if I get it, it's not good for me. A lot of times. We're interdependent. There's that old Unity song, weave us together. Weave us together in unity and love. And that's the vision that I need to hold in my mind, that each and every one of us, we're a thread in this tapestry of creation, that we are strands woven together in unity that many times we cannot see, because we tend to see the conflict rather than the harmony. Our fear tells us that we are separate from the rest of it, apart from everyone and everything. And in the past, we may have felt dependent on others. And in this dependence, we thought that we should become independent. And we struggled with a sense of inadequacy. Inadequacy on the one hand, superiority on the other hand. And this is a tremendous conflict to have within ourselves, just to keep flip-flopping back and forth. And this struggle keeps us from having true experiences in life. Life cannot be fully lived in this denial. We are part of this tapestry of life, this tapestry of God. And when we're in denial of that for whatever reason, we fight against our own life. We're fighting against the experiences that we're supposed to have here. To be present and to realize that God is present. Now this is something that's very comforting when we really start to consider what it is that we're talking about. We're saying that no matter what, God goes with us. God is with us no matter what we think, no matter how it feels for a second, no matter what, that God is present. And that God is present in us as well as all around us. So this is the thing that we are surrendering to. That here in Psalm 139, chapter 7 through 12, it says this beautiful thing, and it's a picture of what we have done. Whither shall I go from thy spirit? Or whither shall I flee from thy presence? If I ascend to heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, thou art there. And if I take wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there thy hand shall lead me, and thy right hand shall hold me. And if I say, let only darkness cover me, and the light about me be night, even the darkness is not dark to thee. This is man, this is like just directly what Course in Miracles says about this. The night is as bright as the day, for darkness is as light with thee. So here's this fantastic insight into the truth of the ever-present God. And from the earliest times, we knew it. We denied it, but we knew it from earliest times. And no matter where we go, God is there. And here is the actually the answer for this superstition about hell being this place where God is not. And, you know, we're all alone, a great gnashing of teeth and stuff happening, burning up and stuff. Burning up, never burn up. Just keep burning up. It says, see, no matter what we think. And it's interesting what he says, if I make my bed in hell, that means I made my bed there, right? I mean, this is beautiful. I made my bed there. Nobody made me go there. I made my bed there. So no matter where I go, this presence of God is there. And then the next piece is to remember that this idea of we live and move and have our being in God. So this is all part of the surrender. So I am actually moving, being a thought in the mind of God. I am moving in God. And so Matthew chapter 28, verses 8 through 20 say, all authority in heaven and earth has been given to me, and therefore, go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And remember, I am with you always to the end of the age. So now, this seems to be an instruction to go out there and convert people, but it goes along with the whole message of letting your light shine. That here's what you do. You go forth into the world. You go out to all the nations, wherever you travel. Be a world traveler. Go ahead. And wherever you go, let this light of God that is within you shine. And when you do that, people see the light. This is the idea of being attractive. This is the idea of that attraction rather than promotion. We don't need to go out there and try to trick people into thinking the way that we think. We don't need to try to sell them anything. All we have to do is allow that light that is within us to shine, and then people want to know what it's all about. They want it. They want what you have. And you give it to them and you get more. The message of universality, to follow the law and teach it to all you meet. The law is that love binds us to God and to each other. We show that we are with God and in God when we extend God as we move through our moments and our days. So we are carrying this good news that the kingdom of heaven is one. And that oneness is really all there is. So this is our thing then, when we surrender to this power. When we really surrender to this power and we feel comfortable in it. That we become an expression. In our own mind, we realize that we are an expression of God. That God is loving and living through us. God is the ground of all being. So, and all living things are growing out of that ground. Not a being, but being, with a capital B. To touch this ultimate reality, we have to learn to love in all circumstances. And this is really the message. That if we want to be in heaven, the kingdom of heaven is actually the condition of being able to love in all circumstances. That's how we enter the kingdom of heaven here, right here, in this life. This is how God expresses through us. No other way but love, because that's all that God is love. So Jesus says, you have heard it said, love your family, hate your enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemy and do good to those who persecute you. This is the path of peace. This is the path to love. Our expression of God will only be as good as our ability to forgive. So all of the minor little things that we have in our mind, all the little quibbles and complaints, those have to be forgiven. All of the big things, all of those big resentments, those have to be forgiven in order to express God. In other words, in order to be who we are. So there's someone in your life, there will be someone in your life today, this day, soon, who will allow you to activate this expression. And it probably won't be the person that is closest to you. It's going to be one that you feel alienated from. And don't worry about it. Sometime today, somebody is going to come in front of you and you are going to feel alienated from them. This is the nature of living in this material world. So you're going to feel alienated from them. And to do this practice, if surrender to the power of God within you and all around you, look for your forgiveness. Extend love to them and observe in your mind, even if it's only a visualization in your mind, observe the love coming back from them to you. This is salvation. This is really salvation. This is the thing that makes us safe and sound, is to give love and realize that it is coming back, that it is coming back to us. In this salvation, God is loving and living through us, but also as us. So that's a surrender that I can get behind. That's enough.